Hello guys, I welcome you all in this video of our JavaScript series where we'll be learning data types in JavaScript. Now, as we always do, first of all, I would like to give you a simple analogy to understand data types. Why do we need data types? Now, as in the variable, we took the example of a container. In this chapter, we will take the example of different things like we have a solid material, okay? We have liquid, we have gases, like we have different types of things, different types of matter around us. Similarly, in programming, we do have different type of data types. These types are ensure the type of the data which we are inserting in our programming. Okay, so that's what is data type in JavaScript. Now we do have two main categories of data types. The one is primitive data types and the second one is non-primitive data types. We'll be talking about that why do we need primitive and why do we need non-primitive. But first of all, let's continue with it. So the first data type in JavaScript is number. Okay, so what is the number data type? Is simple. Whenever we will be declaring a variable with a counting, like with numbers, so it has the data type number. Did you get that? Yeah, so that was easy. Now, what are the strings data type? Let me show you. If I will declare here a variable called str, so in strings, what we do, we put the quotes, okay? Then inside those quotes, we write our data, okay? So I will write this is a string. So that's how a string looks like. Now, if I will go to display this string, as you are already got that, my question is, will it show me those codes are on the two sides or not? So let's see what will happen. So I will run the code. So here we have this is a string. So if your answer was no, it won't show codes, so you are correct. Congratulations on that. So that was the strings in JavaScript. Now we do have the third data type, which is a boolean. Now what are the booleans? As we saw in number data type, we have numbers. In strings we have a string in the quotes. So in boolean it's very simple. Let me show you. Var I will write bool is equal to false. Okay, so the boolean returns only two possibilities. Either the result will be false or either it will be true. That's it. That's what booleans are. Okay, so if I will write console.log bool2, it will show me what it will show me. It's your question. So it will show me true, right? So now you are getting JavaScript. So congratulations for that. Now let's continue with the null data type. Now what happened in null? If I will declare here a variable called name, and if I will not give it any value, so that means it's null. Okay, or we are if we are in number, then if I will write 0, so it's a null. Okay, so the null data type is basically a data which is a 0. which is a empty. Okay, so yeah. So now let's see what is undefined. So if I will now write name and I won't give it any value, I won't insert any data in our name variable, then it will be a undefined. Let me show you that practically. So I ran the code, and here, as you can see, it's empty. Okay, if I will run it in the terminal, node index.js, so it didn't show me anything, right? Because we haven't declared that variable. Okay, so that's what undefined is. If we declare the variable what but we didn't give it any value, then it will show us this. Okay, now here we do have two other data types. One is big int and one is symbol. Now these two are very complex data types which a beginner can't really understand. So for now I will be skipping that part, but in our future videos when we'll be able to deal with such complex data types, I will explain you that part in detail. Now, as we discussed, the five kinds of is five? Yeah, five, four, three. Yeah. So we have discussed the five primitive types of data, right? Now, what is primitive? So the name itself tells these are the very basic data types of JavaScript. Now, what happened in the past years? Programmers saw that problem that in case of numbers, we can only put a single value, like 12. If I will write here 13, so it won't show me that 13. It will just show me 12. Okay, so similarly in case of string, if I will write anything outside of these codes, it won't show me. Okay, so in primitive data types we can only show a single data or a data type, but this problem is solved in the past year with the introduction of non-primitive data types. We'll be learning with objects in the later part when I'll be teaching you object-oriented programming, but for now, I will be teaching you that what are arrays. So, we can declare an array as we do in strings and numbers. Then we have to put these braces, these brackets. Then we have to insert our data. Now, the data can be string. The data can also be a number. The data can also be a boolean. Okay. So now, if I will display our array in the terminal, so let's see what happened. All right, so here we do have our string, our number, as well as our boolean. Okay, so that's the use of arrays. We can insert a, a lot of types of data into a single variable with the help of arrays. We can store strings, we can store numbers, we can store boolean in a single data type. Now, in case of objects, we would do the same, but there will be a difference of key values pair, which I'll be teaching you in the later part because I want to make this course beginner friendly. So if I won't go step by step, then the things will be much difficult to understand. So I don't want that. I want to make things easier for you. So as you saw in this part, we have discussed that what are data types in JavaScript. So your task will be to use all of these data types which I show you. So first of all, you have to declare a variable with the number data type. Then you have to do the same with strings, do the same with boolean, null, and undefined. And also you have to see their results in the console. Okay, so if I will uncomment this part and I will write console.log name, so it's not showing me anything because we haven't declared any value. Wait a minute. Look, the type is undefined. Okay, so you have to do the practice for all these data types because practice is something which will make you a perfect JavaScript programmer. Okay, so never forget to do this the practice by writing the code on your own. Okay, so that was it for the data types. In the next video, we'll be just discussing the more interesting things of JavaScript, like functions, like block scope and global scope, which we had skipped in the video number 2. But we'll discuss it in our next videos after the functions, and there will be much more to learn. Okay, so you'll be enjoying, and I hope that you are enjoying. So stay with me, stay tuned, and keep learning and keep coding. Thank you.